These are the adventures of SV Prism. The crew on board are looking to experience new cultures and new landscapes as they sail their 33-foot cutter beyond horizons.
We are about 10 miles out of Point Sur, and it's a pretty interesting night tonight so far. It was calling for about 15 knots of wind, but that never really happened. It's about 0 knots of wind out here right now. We are making our own wind. In fact, if you look up at the mast, the only time you see the flag move is when we go and rock with a swell. Sadly, with boats, they're stabilized in swell with the sails. So without sails up, or wind I should say, the swell can be a little rolly. If we had a tilt meter on here, we're going not on our ear, but definitely we're not putting the gunnels in the water, but just about the decks are almost getting in the water when we roll sometimes. So you would think that we are somewhere in the Arctic right now, and you wouldn't be far off. Because it's so rolly, we devised the emergency sleeping center in in our saloon alley, which is so comfortable. And I wasn't getting any sleep, and I finally said, "Screw it! I'm pulling out the sleeping bag because I'm soaking wet, and I'm making the other bed." And we did that, and it's just like you're out within like seconds. It's awesome. So we're in San Simeon. So we took a shower when we got here, and then we went and saw Shannon's aunt that lives in Cambria. It was nice in Cambria. We had a pretty clean entrance. I got only a little splash. But man, our exit today, we bought brain dead Shannon and I. We go to town with no shoes, no dry bags, no bags at all. So we buy $30 worth of groceries and just put it in a plastic bag, thinking, oh yeah, we can make it back. And we timed it wrong, I guess. We didn't see a wave coming, so we took a wave over it when we were going out, and we still thought we could make it, but we were so full of water we couldn't get the oars out high enough to keep oaring. So the next wave broke over it and just totally swamped. It actually tipped us over. And I mean, it was like classic, like, what movie was that where it's like, oh, Tom Hanks, Castaway, when he's in his little raft and he's trying to get out, and it takes him up and just totally pitch pulled him over. We got the fire going inside Prism. It is so nice. Thank you, Dave Boomer, for cutting up some manzanita. I've been drying it out for an entire year because it used to smoke really bad, but now it's pure energy. So no, it's quite nice actually. Oh yeah, just pumping heat.
Killing kelp flies. It's a great time passer and the #1 flaw of this cove.
Oh, that was a good one.
Unfortunately, it leaves your boat a mess, but it's very satisfying.
We need to wash it down anyways.
We do. So we are just hanging out, just finished breakfast. Hearst Castle's behind us, gorgeous. Sun's coming out, fog's staying away. Finishing up our coffee. And we have a list of projects to do, but it's kind of hard to get motivated when you're in like a mini paradise here.
I'm just now getting to it.
Is laundry day. I have saltwater pump here. I've got clothes soaking in here in salt water and soap. I do a quick rinse with the salt water to get all the soap out, and then it goes into the bucket and then up to the shower so John can do a freshwater rinse, and then they get hung. It is quite the process, and I think next time I might do laundry in the dinghy because it would be easier than the foot pump. So it's a learning process. and it takes a while. But our clothes are smelling delicious, and once they're dry, they will be fresh, clean laundry.
Nobody said that doing laundry was a pretty thing. Kind of makes the boat look like a little Hooverville. This is actually a really cool little tool to have on a boat. First off, it looks very odd, but there's a little solar panel on top. It's a flashlight, and it's a multi-use flashlight. So you have like a trouble light right here, a shop light, which I really like, you know, to do projects in the boat. You have a very powerful like main light, and you also have 2 red LED lights. You can charge it with either USB, which is nice for a boat. 12-volt USB plug is very handy. We always have those plugged in, so we can plug the GoPro with, and you know, a bunch of other things, or phones, and iPads, stuff like that. And it also has, you can actually charge your phone with this too, off of its battery. So if you have this thing chilling, I usually just leave it right here on top of the Dodger. It will charge all day, and then by the end of the day, if it's a sunny day, it'll be fully charged. It lasts something like 7 hours on its brightest setting, so it has a ton of battery to it. And even has, if you were in a real pinch, it has a manual crank. It's made by Goal Zero. It was a present to us from a dear friend, Mike Hushaw, or the Hushaw family. I'm not sure if it's waterproof though. I'm sure we'll test that out. I am trying to make our cockpit a little more comfortable. We have these cool little seats, but they're like 1.5 years old now, and all the foam in them is it's thin already, and now it being 1.5 years old and with ass degradation, they're just not very comfortable. I mean, they keep you upright, but your butt still goes to sleep. So I'm using our old cushion that we just replaced. I give you the Red Seat 2.0. Definitely a lot more cushion there to be had. And oh yeah, the test is coming out positive.
So San Simeon Cove is a soft spot for me. I grew up coming here with my family, spent a lot of summers on the beach behind us. And to come in here with your own boat, it's pretty magical, because as a kid you looked out and you saw all of these sailboats anchored out and you're like, oh wow, that would be so cool to bring your own boat here. When in San Simeon Cove, Hearst Castle towers above you on the hillside. The pier was originally constructed to make the castle and to ferry the exotic animals Hearst kept there. The cove is known for its dicey beach landings, and you must time the swell or you'll most likely not end up on the beach right side up. This is a good example for waiting for the gap in a swell. Once on the beach, it's an easy walk to Sebastian's Sandwich and Gift Shop, which generally has a 30 to 45-minute wait for the amazing food. Almost all of the surrounding buildings are part of the Hearst Castle Ranch, which to this day is still fully functioning. We have a dead battery. Should I demonstrate?
Sure.
Watch it start. Epic.
So close.
We could ask someone for jumper cables. Huh? How many fails did we have today? Seems like a lot.
Shannon and I don't do very well with little to no sleep.
We don't.
We
No.
tend to lose and break a lot of stuff.
And hurt ourselves.
Yeah. The hurting thing was not under our control at all.
That's very true.
Well, actually, if we didn't flip the dinghy, I don't think we would have gotten hurt. But
Well, see, there was your first fault. You listened to me. You should have been like, jump, Shannon, and paddle.
A good portion of my family live in Cambria, so they decided to host a going-away party for us at the Cove. Many of our Central Coast friends came out to hang, play games, and have good times. We were all looking at the massive swell coming into the cove. We of course waited until it was dark to get back out to the boat, but luckily with our entourage, we made it back in one piece. So we were planning on leaving for Conception this morning, and we were woken up around 4 a.m. In San Simeon because the wind started coming from the south, and you don't want to be in San Simeon when the winds are coming from the south. The conditions don't sound ideal for going around Conception, and they're just building and building. And we have plans this weekend on the other side of Point Conception, and I don't feel comfortable.
so we are leaving San Simeon right now. Variable wind, just kind of like the report said. Shannon wasn't feeling it this morning because the reports were sounding pretty nasty, but I have a feeling we're in kind of between this low and this high right now, where it's kind of a dead zone. I just know for sure that we don't want to get stuck in that low because it seems like some serious wind will be packing with it. We're motor sailing just due to get out of these seas, and the engine's already warmed up from our hellacious anchor battle we had this morning. We set the stern anchor. Sorry we didn't roll. The GoPro is now lost, by the way. So we lost the GoPro in a tragic and painful dinghy accident yesterday. So I would have loved to have filmed. I just didn't have any hands to film with this camera. The anchor incident of 2014, where we had to set a stern anchor to keep in the swell overnight, and that stern anchor, while retrieving it, fouled on what we thought was just a piece of kelp. And the moment I was putting all my effort and I couldn't get it up, and we started seeing the anchor and it had something around it, Shan thought it was kelp, but I'm like, that's not kelp. I thought it was maybe a cable or a old wire for Hearst Castle. When we finally did get it up, which we ended up having to use the engine to break it free and the bridle, it was this old, like 3/4 inch piece of road, like nylon or maybe hemp road, an old road that someone cut off that probably was stuck to a 1,000-pound anchor or whatever.
Oh my god, do we have dolphins? This is a good sized pod. The common dolphins. Yay! And there's little babies. Bunch of little babies. It's cute because the babies just jump so much further out of the water than the parents. Oh, I love dolphins. And just like that, they're on their way. Bye. I told you that. I tend to panic all the way up until we leave.
It's a great quality to have. I panic until there's no reason to panic anymore.
Oh, look, a couple are coming back.
So we are right in front of Morro Bay right now, and we are surrounded by probably 1,000 dolphins right now. I'm not making that up. There is a ton of them. A massive migration, or just a pod of dolphins, but no, we're right in the center of it, it seems like, and they're just hanging with us. I believe they're common dolphins, and no, it's just an incredible thing to see. I'm not kidding. There's probably they're making their own wake, the pod, so that it's by far the largest pod I've ever seen. But yeah, I'm guessing it probably, yeah, I don't know, maybe 500 to 1,000. I don't know. It's huge though. We saw it coming and we thought it was wind because the wake. And no, it's still really flat out here. Other than these dolphins, they're making their own wake. It's incredible to watch, and they're just hanging with us. I mean, they've been with us for about 15 minutes now. It's really beautiful. About to cross Conception. No, it's night. The temperature's already warming up. About to go around Conception, get Santa Barbara Channel. Wind's pretty much died. You got a little bit of a breeze, but not much. So we're still motoring, but just super comfortable. It's feeling drier too, which is nice for the first time in a while. Current time's about 8:15. I was woken from my deep slumber on my off time on my watch from Shannon saying that she thinks we're in a missile zone and we might be blown up. Not the case that I know of. Maybe we were, I don't know. We don't have our big VHF radio installed, and our little VHF radio we are using for everything is the batteries were dying, so I believe transmitting and receiving was limited. Fleet control. This is sailing vessel Prism. Prism.
Still hooked up?
Come in.
Sailing vessel Prism, request you change course to 065 for the next 22 nautical miles to avoid the hazard pattern. Over.
065. Copy that. And so I get only about half a message in from fleet control before they garbled out. That was one of those things on the project list that in the Cove while we were playing dominoes, we probably should have been installing a VHF radio. So yeah, we just got a hold of fleet control finally, and I was able to get like 3 words that I understood from him saying, go to heading 065, and that's pretty much the heading we were on to begin with.
Never a dull moment.
Hear that? That's just the sound of pure wind, because we finally got to stop the engine. We are about 10 miles out of Santa Barbara right now, and the wind, we have about 9 knots of apparent wind. Still close hauled, but I got to put up the drifter, that's what's behind me. I got a full main behind that, and we're just cruising along about 5.5, 6 knots right now. Just couldn't ask for more. Sun's out. Getting my tan going from Mexico, so I'm not a crazy white gringo. So we're here in Santa Barbara, and you can see behind me, we actually got a slip. This is the first slip we've had for like almost a month. We needed water, and to be honest, Santa Barbara's Anchorage kind of sucks. We decided to spend $39 and get a slip tonight. So we have power, we can vacuum, we can do laundry with fresh water. But we'll make it worth the $40. Shannon's stealing precious water for solar power. I'm gonna need that today. I'm gonna change the pitch of the prop. How you doing, Shannon? You look like it's a big hairball in the shot. There she is. Hello. Today is, I believe, day 3 at Santa Cruz Island. We have not moved from our Smuggler's Cove anchorage. We kind of like it over here. It's nice and big. Don't have to worry about people bumping into you. We've had a couple other boats to swing in. You know, they haven't been very talkative. Well, neither have we, though. We haven't even launched a dinghy yet. So I think we're gonna launch a dinghy today and kind of do some exploring.
We're going on a row. We are gonna go explore the cliffs. We're not really allowed on shore, but the water's crystal clear.
Trick is to time the swell.
I think the flies are getting smarter.
Yeah, well, they're becoming more dead, that's for sure. There's one right there.
Where?
Right next to this fly. Miss?
I did. It's a bit brisk when you get in. I was acting like a teenager on the ladder getting in earlier. But once you're in, I mean, this is just wonderful. I am making hummus, and this is a contraption that we saw on a friend's boat. It's a food processor.
Manual food processor.
And it's got the blades, and you can see that my garbanzo beans are turning into hummus.
Oh.
Pure delicious hummus goodness. It's still a little chunky.
Taste test. What are we missing?
Salt. time on SV Prism. We load up and head to Catalina Island, but not before picking up some stowaways. My brother Sean and our friend Dover. We decided to stretch our legs and explore Cat Harbor. There, the crew ordered some buffalo milk and decided it was a good idea to play frisbee golf while buzzed. We then head to Little Harbor, where we find incredible views and sleepless nights. After that, we set sail to Avalon, where we end up staying for a week to accomplish lots of projects with the extra help. If you enjoyed this video, please consider visiting our Patreon page and become a funder for more videos like this one. Like always, fair winds and following seas.